Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Art Bit. We're going to be having a chat with Gilbert Moyo. He is a screenwriter. He wears a lot of hats. Among others, he's also the vice president of the Film Association of Malawi. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, feeling good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Ndimauza Malawi apa ena mwina ndangwapinda muchizungu screenwriter ali Can you just describe what a screenwriter is and what exactly is it that goes into that?
Screenwriter ndingati olemba mafilm. Yeah, so it's someone who writes movies. So for someone who writes stage plays, it's called a playwright. So someone who writes maybe radio drama plays can just be someone who is a scriptwriter. But a screenwriter is someone who writes films or a motion picture for the screen. So hence the term screenwriter. Yeah.
All right, tapunzira.
Askulusit.
All right, Gilbert. So when did you start doing this? How did you even discover kuti ineru I think nditakulemba ndithu zinthu zoti kupita pa TV anthu ndikuzipanga appreciate.
Yeah, it started from secondary school. Mene tinai ku drama club ya Madisi secondary school kudowa uko. So we had a drama club yomwe tima panga madrama nde apuzitsathu amatuzo kuti tizilemba maplay. So chidwi chinachokera kumeneko. From Madisi secondary school I went to Polytechnic. And then I continued to write. Then after I finished, I wrote my first screenplay. I think that was around 2012. So we shot it around 2012. So then I discovered, I think I love this movies thing, so let's do it. So panaima mistake ambiri upochola sinanga zinthu zonena sunapitire ku school, right? Yeah, so because of that, some few mistakes learning there, mawerenga so ma movie scripts aina ndiena. Then from there on we kept on improving up until mazape zote tukulemba ajina fatani ndizina zote loso.
From the time that you started to now 2025, how can you describe your experience like kulembera mafilmo siana they're even getting international recognition? Yeah.
It's been a good experience, and we've been growing kwambiri because when we were starting, no one was supporting films. Of course, to my end, because I was just a new and I was just entering the film industry. So komano panali antone na kuta china Shemu Joya and they were still doing well. But now I see that a lot of people are supporting films. Kufika kuti panopa ndikuina grant ya Universal Services Fund, Bungwe la Makra, ndipange produce film. So the support has been there. So it's been a growing experience from writing things that we could only watch to writing materials that people are watching on DSTV right now. I'm one of the writers of Pamango Lodge, which is airing on DSTV.
Yeah, the series on DSTV.
Yeah, the series on DSTV. So it's been a period of growth, and I'm grateful for every step. Yeah.
I want us to get into your creative process. How does it work usually? Do you just wake up and write something? I'm a producer, I'm a director. Hey, my guy, nalemba something here. What do you think about it? Or as a producer or director of a movie, I come to you, hey, Gilbert, nimafuna film koma yoti mwina ipange address gender-based violence, and then you write. How does it work?
It works both ways. Ntaizina anthu amandipeza onoti ndilinda idea iyi ndilembere. Or sometimes it's an original idea. Komano anthu, they should not give us credit kwambiri as writers because we are the biggest copycats.
Okay.
Like I sit in a minibus and observe what people do, and then I write a series called Shoveli. So I listen to every conversation. Then ndikakhala malo ndimakhala phe kwambiri.
Ndino anthu amabodza mwe
ndife anthu amabodza ndipo like ineyo zomwe ndimalemba kandi kucheza ndi munthu kandi kucheza ndi azinzanga, I steal what they say and put it as part of my dialogue. But of course there has to be a way of putting poetry into it. Komano ineyo ndimango panga copy and paste, ndimango copy zomwe anthu akuyamba. Yeah, ndikaona munthu akuheda ntawuni muja, I get inspired. So yeah, so people are my inspirations, and I love to watch people what they do, and they fascinate me. Kodi uyu anaganiza bwanji
kuti mpaka
zifike apa. So I take those nuggets and then I bring them to the screen. Yeah.
Right now, what would you say are like your biggest projects that you look back and you're like, that's my work?
Wow, there are a lot. We start with Fatsani. Though it was controversial for Yawuti inajidwa kutuluka. Yeah, and mpaka fika kuyankhula kwambiri pa Facebook, but it's big kuti it represented Malawi as a nomination to the Academy Awards called the Oscars. Even though we were not nominated to the final category, but it's big kuti
at least the consideration itself,
it's huge. Secondly, I think I would say Pamango Lodge, which is now airing on DSTV. If meneti magula timapita kwa neba kukaonera mafilimu kumene kwakuza kuti asambanyikaye ngati mufuna muonere mafilimu pa DSTV ndeti mwakasamba ndikumakaonera pamene paja. Now to come a time kunena kuti you are watching something that you wrote on DSTV with my friend Aram Nyondo, ndamene tinalembera naye limodzi, it's something big. So number 1 Fatani, number 2 Pamango Lodge, and then there's the Apongos series. It was airing on Zodiak. I wrote with a lot of friends of mine. It was a team of I think 6 writers. So it was big. And there is also CEO Joe, which is a Nico project, and right now there is a project by Nico called Zikumveka Kumbuyoko. It's teaching people about adult literacy. So I think those are some of my biggest
projects. Like you look back and you're like, oh,
yes,
okay,
yes,
nice.
Yeah.
Has there been situations where walemba script ijewe umajidori, hey, aba inende ndakuunga script ya bo. Kena go kupita kwa ma clients hago, whether it's a producer or mina wanenoti you're dealing with clients like Nico ndienda hotelo kwa episode yanjanja kumene kujodi is this bikoma mwino wake wepa mebe wabaona kuti zateka bwino.
Zimachitika all the time. Like you work with every producer or every director. Let me just give an example, Nico, because it's about financial literacy, and you are supposed to blend the technical issues and the storytelling. So you will know apapa ndakunga kuika chichewa bwino bwino chizungu cha bwino chija, and then you write all the technical things and all the jokes, and then they tell you kunena kuti mwachulutsa ma jokes tajepetsana, or you did not get this right. So my industry mwathu ma screenwriters, we call them notes.
Okay.
So every writer hates notes. Improve this, improve that. Ichi chikhale apa, lembaniso. So mapezeka kuti mwina ka script wailemba ka 4, so you have 4 drafts. Sometimes even more than 4, maybe 10 or many drafts. So it's hectic. It humbles you. Yeah, it humbles you, because ntaizina iwe mazitenga kuti apapa ineyo ndidolo ndimatha kulemba. Then you get the notes, and then you get the reality check.
So basically, every project is new.
Yes, it's new. Yeah, you get to learn things, and it improves you.
Yeah. All right, great. So I'll go back to what you said, Guri. You've written movies before. You've also written for TV series.
Yes.
TV, either Zodiak and DSTV and all that. Is there any difference as a writer that you see? Okay, if I'm writing for TV, this is it. If I'm writing for movies, obviously you're writing for my possibilities. What is into mwina zafike kupauska mwina Netflix so aonego mwina mwake. Is there a difference when you're writing for these two situations?
I find TV easier.
Okay.
Just because, of course, it's long-term storytelling. You get to, maybe in an episode, you get to tell a particular story, and you tell it for fewer minutes. Mwina 24 minutes, you are telling a story. It's more easier, but with a movie, you have to be so detailed. You have to keep the plot together. Everything has to connect. The characters have to be on point. So movies, it's more technical. It's more cinematic. The way you write it, you have to be more detailed. So you find that when you are writing movies, sometimes you miss a plot. Some things do not make sense. And I think tikamaone ama film aku Malawi compared to Nigeria ndi kwinaku timanjoya tikamaonera mafilimu ena koma tikaonera ku Malawi sitimafira kuti film iyi ndi abo. And when someone told me to my face, the movie that you wrote is the worst movie that I ever watched. I was like,
brutality.
Kodi anthu amakhala ndi BP mukamauza ziungamo zimene zibwanji. But anyway, you learn through that. Yeah, so that's why movies are more difficult. So you learn and then, but we appreciate people also get entertained through those things and we get positive feedback. But movies are more difficult because you have to get everything on point. Yeah.
So after you're done writing, walemba scripti, Gilbert tikufuna movie, walemba movie, Fatani, A Tale of Survival.
Yeah.
Ya take up many batch. Now, abanga casting up as characters and all that. Do you also get to be part of that process? Yodi just monitoring kuri script yako ishomwe ngufuna the vision that you had before malemba weka the vision that you had ibezeke kuti yakatulukadi Fatani chakumone no majority. This is exactly how I pictured it in my head. Do you also get to be a part of being on set, direction? How does that work?
Yeah, most of the projects I am part, but people do not prefer writers to be on set because ukakhabamene paja akakusinthira line umamva kuwawa. No, I spent a lot of time to come up with this line. Koma Fatani, I was on set, and the Pamangology, this series, I'm also on set. But also the DSTV guys were like, "Why are you on set? You're a writer." But I just love being on set. It's a vibe. You meet fellow creatives and you interact. You learn. So for me, I love being on set, shooting, because you meet the actors and then you get to see it come to life. I feel like the way God felt when he spoke and then he said, and he saw that it was good. Because when you are writing, you just see words. But when you see the actors deliver the lines while on set, you say, wow, this is beautiful.
This is beautiful, yeah.
So it's like a drug. I'm addicted to it. When I write, I have to see it being performed. So, yeah.
Interesting. Gilbert, you want to get money, you want to make money out of it.
Yeah.
Can you confirm? You make money with this art that you have, kulemba movies and all that?
Yeah, I can say yes, because right now that's what I'm surviving on. I was working as a lecturer at Malawi Institute of Journalism, so it was part-time. So I was like, well, I have my 9 to 5. But right now, what is paying is writing. So it pays my bills, it feeds me. So yeah, I'm getting a little money, not a lot of money to build a house, but we are getting there. And what I love is that people are honoring the craft and the art, and they are able to pay the value for what you give them. Yeah.
As a writer, I know you have a lot of screenwriters that you look up to. I would want you to mention them. Komanso, from the recognition that you feel like these people get, do you think we are giving you the recognition that you need as Malawian screenwriters?
Well, I always look up to Shemu Joya because
legend.
He's a legend. Like we can talk about his directing, but his writing is off the chart. You look at the Last Fishing Boat. You look at The Road to Sunrise, season of 3 movies, but they changed the whole landscape.
Trajectory, of the film industry.
Yeah, so he's someone I look up to. I consider him the father of cinema in Malawi, even though before him kunabwera mafilimu ambiri komano he changed the narrative when it comes to film. So kuliso Taonga Taja Konjera, he's a stage actor and he did a film called Bella. It's also on YouTube. So I admire these people. So in Kunja, I think there's this guy we call Aaron Sorkin. He wrote a movie called The Social Network. And there's this woman, Shonda Rhimes.
Yeah, Shonda, yeah.
I admire her a lot. She has an empire. I think she calls it Shondaland, something like that. She produces a lot of series. So she's someone I look up to. In Zambia, there is Sibuku of Mpali. Yeah. So there are a lot of people I look up to. But when it comes to Malawi, I think we are not fully recognized as screenwriters just because people think that we have to. Okay, when you are behind the camera, you are not honored the way you should be honored because people are going to see the actors.
Yes.
People are going to value the talent that they see on set. So, but screenwriters, you have to fight.
Yeah.
Kuti mwina dzina lago likhali kuma opening credits. Also nthawi zina amatha kukulakwitsira spelling ya mayina. So when I'm credited as a writer. I love to be credited as Gilbert Moyo. Of course, Mphatso is not on my ID because it was a name given to me by my mother, and ku secondary and ku primary I wasn't registering it as such. But when I'm writing, I prefer it to be there. But I'm a bezotan pawiwa. So when you protest, they're like, it's okay, something like that.
Good to know. That's not how I wanted to be.
It's part of moral rights. You have to be recognized for your work.
Yes.
Nthawi zina talembapo mafilimu osalipiridwa nde ukamafusa anthu aja ngati kuti ukupempha ndalama imeneja. So those are some of the problems that we face, but and there are a lot of writers, maybe they are not known, and it's hard for writers to break into the industry. I got lucky because of the network that I had in college. Me, Sukez, and Hastings Golosi, Hago were in college together. I was, of course, ahead of them, different programs, of course. But when they were writing for Tani, because they knew that I was writing plays in college. They called me. And because of that connection, it still builds to today. HD Plus is shooting Bamango Lodge, and they thought of me as a writer. So, but someone who has no connection and is a brilliant writer, they can't.
It's hard for them to break through.
Yeah, so I always try to bring people on in some projects, but it's hard because the industry is so small and not a lot of production happens in a year. So there are challenges, but we are not where we were. So at least ingati tukumaja nsima ifaja kuti tukulemba mafilimu ndoti ndizopindwa.
Na uri muli bwino.
Ati tibwino tilinkati.
All right, something that I really want to understand in a hierarchy, film production. Who comes after what? I just want you to help us understand. Producer, director, writer, actors. How does it work? Hierarchy agenda much.
So the producer is the boss. He's like the CEO, the HR.
The one that will hire you and fire you.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the producer. Then you have the executive producer, the one who brings money.
Okay.
Yeah. So they bring money, they sponsor the project. Then you have the director. The director is the head of who has the artistic vision. The director is going to tell you to jump, and you are going to jump. And then from there you have first assistant director. Kena kono kumazabwera no writers ifende na wotero, and then kumazabwera cast. But of course, when you come on set, you find that the cast is treated like kings and queens. Yeah.
Talent.
Musamala. Ndipo sunga mutine.
Agafuna fanta tamangani.
Amatanga the last born.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I understand you're now the vice president of the Film Association of Malawi.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
How do you look in general now? How are you looking at the direction of film industry in Malawi at this point, as of 2025, from Inuyo Avibi to Zenizon?
Yeah, there's a lot that we need to do as an industry, and there's a lot of support that we need. but we are better.
Yeah.
If we look back, we are better. You look at this year, big movies are coming out. There's the Welcome to Maula Prison by Kendo, one of the big movies that is coming out. And then we just had School Days come out last year. And then a few years back, we had Fatani. It shook the whole nation. It shook the whole nation. So it's improving, but we need more. I was saying that when we tell our stories as Malawi, the audience don't find pleasure. The pleasure that they find when watching Hollywood movies compared to Malawian movies, it leaves a lot to be desired. So there's a lot that we need to do in terms of our storytelling. So that needs capacity building. That's why we planned that we should, as a film association, we should do a lot of capacity building across the board, from the writers to the actors to the people who hold cameras to the sound people, etc., etc. So, but right now what we are doing is we are setting up our offices so that people should be able to point that this is the office of Film Association of Malawi. So by next week we'll be operational, we'll have an office. Then after that we'll start rolling out a lot of activities. So we need a lot of help from the corporate people, from everyone, the well wishers, so that we can go ahead. And we need universities to bring courses and programs that are tailor-made for the film industry. Because and who you understand them, my film anu sa kubeba komano, you have to understand ukuthi ku Hollywood uko kulima colleges or kulima school
from high school akubanga za film bagana ma master's degree. So the quality of work would be different.
And then zimaka we are self-trained. Timangopita pa YouTube ndikukaonera komanso ndikupanga download my scripts ndikumawerenga toka. So sitingafanane ndi anthu wina koma we are not using that as an excuse. We take the feedback. So we take that as something, as a stepping stone, so that we bring short courses as an association so that we teach the people.
All right, great. Gilbert, my final plea to you. I understand there are a lot of up and coming writers, screenwriters out there that are like, hey, I really want to break through. I really want to be somewhere. I love this art that I have and all that. As someone that obviously they look up to you, because you cannot talk about screenwriters in Malawi without mentioning your name. I think that would be doing you some injustice.
Thank you, I'm humbled.
I want you to speak to those people right now.
Which one is my camera? This one?
This.
I should speak like a prophet. Okay, on a serious note, you have to join associations. For example, Film Association of Malawi, and then there is another one especially for screenwriters, it's called the Screenwriters Guild. So meet your peers, learn from them, and next week I think from Monday to Friday, we'll be doing a writers boot camp at Madsock Theatre in Area 2. So we'll hold one in Blantyre. So when you hear such things, come, show up so that you learn. So start writing, even if it's trash, write.
Until you get better.
Until you get better. Then associate with other people. Join Film Association of Malawi, join Screenwriters Guild, so that you can be in a community. So what I love doing is that when I get projects, for example, when I was assigned to write Apongozi, I got 5 other writers to do. When I was hired to write CEO Joe for Nico, I brought 2 other writers. So I do that so that people can get exposed. And I also recommend other people in other projects. If they approach me and I am busy, I say, there's also this fine writer. So let's build that connection. Let's connect. I'm also on Facebook, Gilbert Moyo. Let's connect there. So let's connect there. I'll be able to link you to the associations.
All right, thank you so much for coming through and having a chat. I'm sure and to the Puzila a thing or two from you.
Yeah, the pleasure was mine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's all we had time for in this edition of The Art Beat. Today we're having a chat with Gilbert Moyo. He is a screenwriter. He wears a lot of hats. He is a vice president of the Film Association of Malawi. He is a producer. He can also act.
Yes, I do act.
Yeah, he is that versatile. So yeah, many thanks to you for being there and watching The Art Beat today. The name is Chisomo Nyurenda. Make a date with us every Tuesday from 6 p.m. for new episode of The Art Beat. Until next time, stay creative.